Now, if there was just one thing that I would do to improve every aspect of my life, if I could start over, it would just be going to the gym. Like, I remember in the beginning when I was like trying to be on self-improvement and trying to improve myself, it was like I was doing like all these things. It was like I would be trying this and then this and another thing. It was like I would be doing like 5 different things in order to like elevate myself. But it was like I can never be consistent at it. I could never just like stick to it. But it's like if I were just able to just go back and if there was just like one thing that I would just do, it would just be going to the gym. It's like if you're able to just focus on going to the gym and getting jacked, you will see that just by having that as your foundation, that will just make it easier for you to do those other things that you want to improve at. And here today, I'm going to be talking about why getting jacked will improve every aspect of your life. Now, when you go to the gym, it's like you know that you just cannot like do level 100 advanced things. It's like when you really are starting to go to the gym, if you try to do those advanced workouts, or it's like you try to do those things that people that are maybe ahead of you, like that are doing it for like 3 4 years, if you're trying to do the things that they're doing, you're going to fail. Like it's just going to be very hard for you. It's going to be overwhelming. So it's like when you start and you go to the gym, it's like you know that you need to start small. You basically have to go into the gym and do something that's so easy that it's like if you cannot do it, then that just means like you just don't want to like actually like get in better shape. Like you don't actually want to get jacked and like improve yourself. So for me, it was like when I first started to get into the gym, I just tried to do something that was so easy that it was like it was just super easy to do that. It's like I couldn't fail. Like it was just like the basic, like the minimum thing that I had to do that was like, okay, this was kind of just like me going into the gym for me to develop the habit. So for me, it was just going into the gym for like 20 to 30 minutes, like maybe even less than that at times. And going into the area where it's just all machines and I would just be doing full body workouts. So it's like I would do the machine where it's like you're working on your chest, or the machine that was working on your arms, your legs. I would do like all the machines in there that's basically just doing full body. I would do that for like 15, 20, 25 minutes. I would go in there and then I would leave. And it's like I would do that for like 2 to 3 days per week. So it's just like I would do it on Monday, then Tuesday I would take a break. Wednesday I would go in there, Thursday I would take a break, and then Friday. It was like that was just basically for me like how I was just going to build this habit, build this kind of like foundation of starting to get into the gym. It was when I was able to do that. That is when like 2 3 months went by, and now I was able to add other aspects and like being able to like add more to it so that it's like now I can just improve just a little bit, just like getting like 1% better at it. So now it was like I was able to like step outside of that little area of the machines and then going out there and being able to like actually go to like the dumbbell area and now being able to do some exercises with dumbbells. And then after that, I was like, I got better and got used to it. Then I was able to get to the bench press. It was like I was starting out with like like one plate, and it was like maybe like 5 pounds. Again, it was just super light, super easy. I've never done it before, so I wasn't gonna obviously start out with like 45s or like 2 plates. It's like I had to start very small and light. I was able to get used to that. Then I was able to incorporate doing squats. And then it's like you just keep adding more and more and more. And then eventually that's when I started to add supplements. I started to add like whey protein and creatine. And then after that, I was able to like focus more on my dieting. It's like I actually like started to like get like apps to like track my meals, and then being able to like actually like buy like the necessary foods to being able to get bigger. It's like I started super small, and then I was able to just like slowly but surely work my way up of just adding a little bit like more to it. It's kind of like the same thing when you're in the gym. It's like progressive overloading. It's like when you are trying to get more stronger, it's like you start out with a certain weight, and then maybe you do that for a week or two, and then you're able to add a little bit more. So maybe you're adding like 5 pounds or maybe 10 pounds. You do that for a little bit. Now you add maybe 20 pounds, and then you get to like 30, and then it's like you add like another plate, like a 45. It's like the same thing that I realized that if you're able to do this, and it's like once you get to this point where you go to the gym and you get jacked, you just now have built the foundation for every aspect of your life. Like, I swear, it's like if you're able to just do this one thing and being able to like start small and go to the gym and get jacked, and then it's like you see that result, you have basically built and seen the proof that it's like, okay, if I can do this with like the gym, now I can apply this with any other habit that I want to improve in my life. So now, say for example, you want to start reading. It's like you do the same thing that you did with the gym. It's like if you try to read like, say like 10, 20, 30 pages of a book and you've never like really sat down and read before, you're going to quit. Like, I'm letting you know that, because like, again, that was like what I used to do every single time. Like, I wanted to start a habit. Like, I would try to do it as if I was already like doing it. And that's why it was super hard. Like, that's why it was super hard when I never really like sat down and read before. When I wanted to like do it, I would try to read for like 30 minutes to like an hour. Like, of course I was gonna give up. Like, I've never actually like built that foundation, never just did like with the gym, just doing the thing that was just super simple, super easy, something that is just like super easy, that if I couldn't do that, like that just meant like I didn't want it. That just meant that I was like truly lazy if I couldn't do it. It was just like super easy that it's like I couldn't fail. So with like reading, it's like I did the same thing. I started small, and it was like just read like for like 1 to 2 minutes a day. Like, that's basically maybe like reading like 5 pages, like 5 pages in one day. And it's like if you're able to just do that, just 5 pages, then you're done. That's it. And then after that, you just do the next day. You try to do it again, just like 5 pages. And it's like, it seems like it's not doing anything in the moment, but it actually is. And it's the same thing with the gym. It's like, it seems like in the moment, it's not doing anything. But again, you're just building the foundation. You're just like showing up. Like with the gym, it was like for me, just going in there for like 25 minutes, it's just showing up. And that's all you need, especially when you're starting out something. You don't need to be the most advanced. You don't need to be like somebody who's like an expert at that thing. All you just need to do is just like show that you're capable of showing up. And then it's like once you are able to do that, that is when you will be able to take care of those other things of like being able to do those things that are more advanced, that are being like those things that are a bit more challenging. But again, how can you do that if you're not even able to show up for like the minimum, for like the basic thing? So like I said, with like reading, if you want to get better or like develop the habit of reading, you just read for like 1 to 2 minutes a day, and you just keep doing that, and then eventually you add it and more minutes, and then it's like maybe you start to do like 5 minutes a day, and then after that it's like 7 minutes, and then 10 minutes. Eventually you'll get to the point where it's like you can sit down and read for an hour. Like, you will get to that point where it's like you can just sit down and read a book for an hour. And it's like now it's just like you just keep developing that, where it's like maybe you find yourself like reading a whole book in like a week. Same, say, for example, with meditation. Again, the reason why maybe you want to like better your mental health, and it's like meditation, like that's one of the best things to better that. You want to be able to get into that, but you think you need to meditate for 30 minutes. Like, no, like you don't have to start out like so advanced. All you had to do if you wanted to start being able to meditate is just meditate for 1 minute. Like, I remember that's what I did. It was just like I would get my timer on my phone and just meditate for 1 minute. And again, it seems stupid, it seems insignificant, but it's like you just like, it's crazy how it's just like, because when you are able to build this foundation with the gym, you will realize like those workouts that you were doing that it didn't seem like it was doing anything for you, it actually was like, it was building that momentum, it was building that consistency of just like going in and showing up. And it's just like you just keep developing that until like eventually like you see that outer result of like you being able to transform yourself. And it's the same thing with meditation. It's like you do it for 1 minute, it seems like right now it's not doing anything, but once you're able to do that, you get to 2 minutes. And then after that, you get to 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Then you will find yourself like you can sit down and actually like be there focusing on your breathing for like 10 minutes. Like, you can actually like be shocked and amazed at yourself that you can just like sit down and do that. And it's like you just keep doing it and doing it, and then it's like eventually it just becomes that habit. Same thing with like social skills. Like if you want to be in this place where you want to be able to talk to people, it's like instead of like trying to be like this advanced person where it's just like you're going up and just like approaching people and it's just like you're talking to everyone, you're like this most charismatic person. It's like instead of trying to do that, that's kind of just like trying to do the bench press at like 2 plates. Start small. It's like you just go, and it's like whenever you're out, it's like when you walk by people, you just make eye contact and smile. Like that was like the thing for me. That was my version of starting small. It's like every time I went out, I would just walk by and I would just look at someone and smile, or maybe even sometimes I would just wave. I would just be like hi, and that's it. Like not trying to start a conversation. I was able to develop that, and then eventually it got to the point where it's like now it's like if I was at ordering something, I was at like a bookstore and I was like ordering like a coffee or something like that, then it was just being able to start a conversation with like the cashier, just being able to ask like how their day was, just getting into a little conversation like that. That was kind of like my way of like progressive overloading. Then it's just like you get to the point where it's just like now you can like find yourself like you can go to the gym and it's just like you can approach someone, like you can just go up to someone and start a conversation. And like even just like other places as well, it's like you could be going out and it's like you could be like with people, and then it's like you see somebody and then just being able to like go up and start that conversation. Like I realized it's like that's also how like you get comfortable with like going up and approaching like a girl. It's like instead of like thinking like if you're kind of just like not like used to like going up and like having a conversation, like going up and approaching a girl, it's like instead of like just going and doing like level 100 of just going straight into it, it's like I found like for me it was actually like being able to just like talk to anyone in general, not even just girls, just talking to everyone, just like talking to like the grandma, like just talking to like every single person. It was like that was actually built the foundation for me to be able to be like me more comfortable for now when it's like I found like a girl, like I saw somebody that like I found like attractive. It was just like more easier to go up and approach them because it's just like I applied like the same thinking that I did when I approached like the grandmother or like the grandpa, just being able to just like have a conversation, whatever that was like in the area, just like you just start that conversation like that. It was easier to do it with like the girl that I found attractive. And it's just like I realized that it's like not only will it's just like this help you in terms of like helping you like starting small, like when you go to the gym, you know, you start small and then you work your way up, but it also helps you with like realizing that it all starts in your mind. Like that's one thing that I realized with like going to the gym. It's like when you're able to like get jacked, you will realize that it all started in your mind. Like you being able to like just see that version of yourself jacked, you kind of just had to be in a way like delusional and in a way insane. Like you had to like work towards something that you couldn't see on the outside. It's like you kind of had to be a little bit crazy in terms of like you're working towards something that on the outside there's no proof. Like I remember when I was starting to go to the gym and it was like I was working out, it's like I had no proof. Like there was no actual proof that I would get to this point of like being jacked, of like looking the way that I am. It's like there was no proof. Like just I remember when I was like skinny and I was going to the gym and it's just like I worked out for like say like a week. I'd work out for a week and then I would go into the mirror, I would take off my shirt and I would look at my body and I would be like, bro, I still look the same. And I'm not gonna lie, that's discouraging, bro. That's very discouraging to like try to like put in effort towards something and it's like you kind of like try to see if there's like any results and there's no results. Like that is like super discouraging. But I realized it's like you kind of had to have more belief in the inside. Like you had to have more belief in your inner mental image than the outside. And I realized it's like if you can just be able to do that with the gym and prove yourself, that it's like even though you don't see the progress, you don't see the result of having like maybe that aesthetic physique, but you just have to keep showing up. You have to keep going into the gym, keep working out. And again, it's like you just have to be a little bit like delusional of like you see no proof of like you actually getting there, but you're just like working towards it. You're acting as if it's going to happen. Like I remember it's like going into the gym, just acting as if I was already that physique. And it's like you kind of just like have to like develop that with like every aspect of your life, where it's just like when you go to the gym and you're able to get jacked and you build that proof, now you just have to like be able to have that same thinking with everything else. Like say you want to like work on like a business, or like there's something that you want to build on in terms of like your career or work. The same way with the gym, you had to like have that mental like image of like, this is what it is that I have to look like, and this is the thing that I want to become. And you just have to show up and keep putting in that work by just going to the gym. You have to do that with like that thing that you want to work on. So it's like in your mind, you just have to believe that you will eventually have that success in that thing that you want to accomplish. It's like you have to have that belief that in your mind, like that's like the person that you want to be, but you still just have to show up and put in the work. And even though it's like you're putting in the work and it might not be immediate, it might not, like you might not see those results. It's the same way with the gym. Like that's why I just like, it's like I believe like the gym is just like that foundation that can help you with everything in your life. It's like with the gym, you just had to show up and keep working out, even though there was no proof that you were actually like being in shape or like getting jacked. It's like just showing up, and even though you were doing those things that seemed so small and insignificant, it seemed like it was doing nothing for you, you just kept showing up and you were doing it. It's the same way with like the thing that you're working on. You keep showing up, you keep just doing that thing, even though right here right now it seems like it's insignificant, even though it seems like right now when you're working on that thing that you want to like become like as your career, or like the thing that you want to make money on, it's like you keep just showing up and acting as if it's going to happen. And it's like eventually it is. And it's like with the gym, it's like eventually it happens. Like you'll just be amazed and shocked by how like it's just like you're just doing those small daily insignificant actions. Like you're just doing it daily, and it seems like it's doing nothing in the moment, but over time, a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, you will see that it's just like you kind of in a way manifested like your body. Like you were able to like manifest that you're in that great shape, like you're able to have like that aesthetic physique, but you know it's like you didn't like it didn't just like magically happen. Like you had to like believe in that image of in your mind that this was like possible, and then you just had to work towards it. And like eventually time caught up with those small daily insignificant habits and actions that again it just seemed like it wasn't doing anything. It caught up, and eventually it like now it like popped up in reality. Like now it popped up, like that thing that you had in your mind, now it's like in your real life, in the real world. But yeah, that's why it's just like I truly believe that it's just like whatever it is that you want to accomplish or want to get better at in your life, like whatever it is that you want to improve on, if you're just able to just get into the gym and just like prove to yourself that you can do this in terms of like being able to get a better physique, like whatever it is that it is in terms of your goals, like especially like if you want to get jacked, if you're able to prove to yourself that you can get jacked and you do that, you will see that now you just need to apply that same thinking, the same thing that you did with getting jacked, to every area of your life. And you will see it's just like that's just like the foundation, man. I'm telling you, like if you're just able to just build like the body, like build that aesthetic physique, and just being able to build that's just the foundation for like now other aspects of your life. No matter what it is that you're trying to get better at, it's just like you apply that same thinking and you will see for yourself, like you will eventually get better at those same things, the same way that you eventually got that aesthetic physique. And always remember to keep going.